Today, I visited the Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Park in Hodgenville, Kentucky. Be sure to go inside the visitor center and see the wonderful items they have on display. Plus, they even have a room where there is a video showing Abraham Lincoln's Kentucky days. This is a slice of a tree that fell on the property, and it is a timeline of events tied to the life of Abraham Lincoln. All right. The visitor center is back to my left and back to me, and I'm making my way to the memorial site, and our flags are at half staff right now. I think it's because one of our Kentucky governors, Martha Lane Collins, recently passed away. And we're flying our flags at half staff right now. And here is the memorial. This is a Saturday morning around 10:30, and it's rather quiet here. Not a lot of tourists yet. So let's take a walk up these steps. There are 56 steps leading up to the memorial, which is the age of Abe Lincoln when he passed away. And inscribed at the top of the memorial are these words: "Here, over the log cabin, Abraham Lincoln was born, destined to preserve the Union and to free the slave. A grateful people have dedicated this memorial to unity, peace, and brotherhood among those states, with malice toward none, with charity for all." So, let's walk around to the rear entrance. And here is the cornerstone laid by President Roosevelt on February the 12th, 1909. This memorial, erected by popular subscription through the Lincoln Farm Association, Joseph W. Folk, President, Robert J. Collier, Vice President and Chairman of the Executive Committee, Clarence H. McKay, Treasurer, Richard Lloyd Jones, Secretary, John Russell Pope, Architect. Cornerstone laid by President Roosevelt, February 12th, 1909. Dedicated by President Taft, November the 9th, 2011. And the memorial closes at 4:30. No flash photography. This is not the actual cabin that Abraham Lincoln lived in. It is a cabin from that time period. All right, I just walked from that direction, which was the back side of the memorial, and continuing on. And they have my favorite tree documented here, the flowering dogwood. And I'm guessing that maybe this is a flowering dogwood in the spring. And you can barely see the memorial building over there. It's right in there. And then this one says, this tree is called the Eastern Hop-hornbeam. Strong and durable woods that the settlers used for tools and fencing and the such. And the American flag is right over there also at the base of the steps that I walked up to get to the memorial. So the path continues. See where it takes me. And a sassafras sign here. Maybe this one is the sassafras. And the path goes down this hill and back up through there. All right, another tree marker, the sugar maple. At the bottom it says wildlife such as songbirds, squirrels, woodpeckers, and deer are known to use the sugar maples for food. I am not real smart on my trees, but I can tell that the bark on this tree is completely different from the bark on that tree, and possibly even the tree back here. All right, I was way over there, and the path still heads down this way. And here are some of our walnuts. And I'm not sure which tree that was, because I don't see any walnuts still in a tree up there, but this one has a sign on it. Take a look at its bark. And it's labeled as the hackberry. It says frontier settlers used for flooring and barrel hoops. The fruit is enjoyed by winter birds. And the leaves provide food for caterpillars of 6 different butterfly species. Very unique bark. And I'm getting near the end of the path, and you can see the memorial there and the flag. It's right through there. But I did find a black walnut tree, and there are plenty of walnuts here on the ground. It's a strong wood, was very valuable in the frontier, and was used for fencing, gun stocks, paddles, and furniture. And the husks were boiled to make dark brown clothing dye. And here is the black walnut tree. Okay, coming out of the path, which was right through there. Here's the memorial. Boundary Oak Trail. It was 0.3 miles through there. There wasn't a sign like that on the other side, but that's okay. Boundary Oak was one of the most significant features of Seeking Spring Farm until its death in 1976. The Great White Oak remained the last living link to Abraham Lincoln. The tree, thought to be 25 to 30 years old at Lincoln's birth, was located less than 150 yards from the cabin where he was born. Oak trees often served as boundary markers and survey points for determining property lines because they could live well beyond 200 years. The tree served as a boundary marker in the original farm survey. So, that's telling where it was. And I'm guessing it might have been right in here. Or maybe over here. All right, so they said there was a sinking spring here. It says Abe Lincoln probably took his first drink of water from the spring. A dependable water source undoubtedly was an important factor in Thomas Lincoln's decision to purchase Sinking Spring Farm. So let's take a walk down there real quick. Nice to have your fresh water. And I'm sure they didn't have nice steps to walk down and back up. It was just a path. Thanks for taking a part of your day to travel with me. If you enjoyed this episode of Rita's Reality, please like, subscribe, check out the other videos, and make a comment. God bless, be kind, and remember, it is never wrong to do right and never right to do wrong.